Good morning, everybody. Good morning. What is going on, all you stylists from the break room? Doing things a little bit different this week. I am responding to a lot of user requests and a lot of questions that we've been getting in the past couple of classes. So I've got myself a bunch of notes that I got to read through and go over. I got to make sure I'm getting this right. And we're just going to take each topic one by one by one. And as always, having a little bit of technical difficulty because that's the fun of doing things live. The brand we're discussing this week is going to be Keratherapy. Keratherapy covers keratin smoothing treatments. They cover retail products. We've been talking about the blowout arsenal bundle that we've put together from HTB Beauty this past summer, and it has been absolutely amazing. It's been helping a lot of people fight the insane heat and humidity that we have had that is unique to the Chicagoland area. Will that also, it'll work throughout the entire rest of the country as well too. Now that we're moving out of the summer and we're going to start moving towards the fall season, we have to take a look at different environment changes, different style changes, different trends, and different lifestyles overall. The thing with going away from the summer season and transitioning into the fall is that a lot of people believe that you only need a keratin smoothing treatment only for the summertime when there is a peak in humidity to help control and fight that, which is absolutely not true. It's such an annoying argument to have all the time, but here is the short and sweet of it all. During the summertime, when you have humidity in the air, that's a lot of moisture. If your hair does not have moisture in it, then it's going to look for it. It exists in the atmosphere. That's why your hair blows up, grows, and goes all over the place. That's why it's untamable and unmanageable. By getting a keratin smoothing treatment, yes, you are locking in all the good stuff that your hair is missing, and it protects against that humidity. The problem is you only do it once a year or twice a year at most, and I don't care what brand you're using. Keratin smoothing treatments are not supposed to last 6 months to a year. It's just, that's such a ridiculous, think about that. You want to do something to your hair and you want it to last that long. How heavy is that product? What ingredients are in that product? You should be reading the back of that bottle big time and seeing what's in there, okay? And because of this argument and because of this misinformation and uneducation in the overall expectation, man, that was a mouthful. Because of the overall insane expectation that people have, that they want these treatments to last such a long time, it has made people very sensitive to ingredients and to products. So what we have seen a major shift is that people are trying to go away. And now it's kind of split. They don't want to do the treatments because they believe they're bad, because they believe they're strong, because they believe the ingredients are too rough. And then you got the other half of the people out there going, yeah, nah, I need stronger. Do you got anything stronger? Can it last any longer? It's really, really wild how that conversation is split all the way around. What it comes down to is this. A proper keratin smoothing treatment should last 12 to 16 weeks. That puts it at about 3 to 4 months. You got 4 seasons in a year. You do it 4 times a year. You're keeping up with every season. That's actually a nice thing to do for your type of hair. However, whatever type of hair you have. And there is a level of formula and there's a level of treatment for each type of hair out there as well too. So have a discussion with your stylist. Do a consultation and figure it out and see. Do you need the 16-week thing if your hair is thin and fine? No. You might need the formula that's only designed for 12 weeks, but because you have softer hair, it might last you the 16. And conversely, you know who you are. If you have so much hair, you know, if your stylist always mentions, or if people always mentions to you that your hair is so thick and so heavy and so full, ain't no way in this God's green earth it's going to last that long. Okay? The other way around. If you only wash your hair once a week, yeah, it's going to last a while. Is that the best thing for you to do? No, you should be touching up your hair somehow throughout the day, throughout the week. If you wash your hair every day, is it going to last that long? No, you're washing your hair too much. Ideally, you want to wash your hair every other day, maybe every second day. Depends on your scalp condition, and it depends on your lifestyle and what's going on. With that said, something that's nice is that it has opened up the opportunity for a lot of stylists to start doing the express keratin treatments, and like Keratherapy, for example, has a service treatment called Color Lock and Smooth. This type of treatment is only designed to last about 4 to 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, depending on the type of hair you have. The idea is you're not having the formaldehyde, you're not having the heavy ingredients in there. You are still getting all the benefits of a treatment. It's just not going to last as long. Now, if you're coming to get your hair done regularly, then who cares? This actually works out for you really, really nice because it doesn't last that long in the hair because it's not that heavy. It's a lot lighter weight. If you have curly hair, it's not going to hurt your curls. If you have soft hair, it's not going to weigh it down. If you have thick hair, it's going to help make it more manageable. Because you're getting it done more often, it's going to help keep your hair in the optimal condition all year round. Then you don't got to worry about, oh, once a year I need this. Oh, twice a year I need this. Oh, I'm really scared of getting these treatments because they're so intense. I don't want to do them anymore. All that arguments goes out the window with a treatment like Color Lock and Smooth. And it's in its name. It's in its name. It's not a glorified deep conditioning service. It's an actual treatment that gives you all the benefits of a keratin smoothing treatment. It just doesn't last as long. Get it done after a color service. Get it done after a haircut and blow, during a haircut and blow dry service if you're not getting color that day. You could get it done whenever you want. And again, it lasts for about a month and a half, that 4 to 6 week range, that 6 to 8 week range. So it's awesome. It's super, super awesome to do stuff like that. Now, for those of you who do like getting the treatments, well, like I just said, there are different strengths in the formulas out there. Pay attention to the formula strengths. Don't just go for the most intense, strongest thing out there because, I don't know, you think it's going to work better or last longer. Really, the whole thing with keratin smoothing treatments this day, it's come down to curl reduction. Because a treatment, a keratin smoothing treatment sits so heavy on the hair shaft, it weighs it down. And that's what you're seeing in the curl reduction. So does that mean it's going to work any better? Does that mean it's going to last any longer? No, not at all. Quite the opposite. It's not going to do anything other than whatever the strength of that formula is, last as long as it's supposed to last. The formaldehyde-free versions is also another thing too. They're like, oh, I don't do the formaldehyde. I do the formaldehyde-free version. That's more gentle. Well, it's still going to last just as long, some of those formula strengths. And then they have some of those formula strengths that are not going to last just as long. So there's so many options now with the technology. There's so much versatility with the product brands out there. I mean, it's just ridiculous that anybody thinks they're not a candidate for it, or anybody thinks that you should never do any version of it because, the one that you're thinking of is so bad that therefore all the rest of them are so bad. No, not at all. Not at all. Now, something that we have seen recently is that the pricing for a lot of these treatments are, before there was a huge gap in the pricing. If you got an express, if you've got, like a Color Lock and Smooth, if you got the full treatment. And now when you're looking at it, the pricing, I mean, everything's expensive, man. The inflation, that's your government. That's not the hairdresser. That's not the company. It's not the brand. Okay. That's your government. That's your taxes at work. So get involved, pay attention, push back. Don't keep, vote smart. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, we're seeing everything get expensive. So will you be paying $150, $200 and more just for simple, what you believe is simple because it doesn't last that long? Yeah, just because it doesn't last that long doesn't mean it's not giving you, while it's in your hair, that optimal condition. And that doesn't mean it's not protecting your hair. If you need a treatment to that level, just think about how much you are ignoring your hair and how much you need to rebuild your hair. So it's really wild. It's really, really wild. These treatments are designed to replenish and rebuild the core strength and the condition of your hair. So pricing is going to be all over the place. It really, really is. Now, Keratherapy is not only treatments, they also have an extensive retail line, and their retail products are phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So a lot of things that have come up in prior classes have been people talking about hair color and retaining hair color. We have a lot of platinum blondes still going on right now. So with platinum blondes, I mean, it's just a trend, you know, and it's going to be, excuse me, it's going to be a trend for a while. So you do have products like the Violet shampoo and conditioner. You also have products like the Violet leave-in spray. And that's going to help retain that platinum blonde in your hair. The reason why you need those kind of products is simply this. And this is the short and sweet of it. I'm not going to get too heavy into the dynamics and the details of everything. Platinum blonde does not exist naturally. Even when we lose the pigment in our hair, when we turn gray and we go gray, that you still have an underlining contributing pigment in your hair. You still have a natural color in your hair. And that natural color is yellow. Okay? And when you are exposing your hair to any degree of heat whatsoever, be it simply washing your hair with a hot water, taking a hot shower, you got the steam going in there, you're blow drying, you're flat ironing, you're curling iron, you're putting rollers, you're going outside in the heat in the summer day, you're going on vacation, you're sitting out in the sun, whatever you are doing, any level and degree of heat that is exposed to your hair is going to raise a cuticle level, a layer. And as your cuticle raises, it's exposing the inner core, which is the cortex. And if photosynthesis occurs, if any kind of lightning occurs at any degree, it's going to throw that natural yellow pigment that's in every single person's hair. It's a primary color. Every single person has yellow in their hair. And the whole game of going blonde and going lighter and going platinum is controlling that yellow in your hair. So as it goes, platinum is a fantasy color. It's not a real color that exists in nature. We have to lighten the hell out of your hair so hard, and then we have to tone the living bejesus out of it to get it that white, to get it that platinum. It's like having a fantasy color. It's like coloring your hair red, blue, green, orange, purple, whatever color you want to color it, okay? You need to work to maintain it. You need to really, really work to maintain it. And the only way to maintain it is to keep using a blue base or most commonly a violet base shampoo. Because in the world of toning and hair color, violet is what neutralizes that yellow tone that's in the hair. And as it neutralizes that yellow tone, it keeps the level of brightness, the platinum, the blonde, and all that beautiful, nice stuff. So the Violet collection from Keratherapy, yeah, that Violet leave-in conditioning spray is amazing because you're in essence semi-coloring your hair every time you use it. So it's going to absorb into the top layer. It's not going to deposit into the inner core. It's just going to sit on the top layer. It's going to protect it. It's going to recondition it. And it's going to put that violet tone to keep neutralizing any yellow that's trying to show through. And that's how those type of shampoos and conditioners work. It's also why those kind of leave-in conditioner sprays work as well. They're all trying to do the same action. All right. And when you're looking at the price of hair color services nowadays, I mean, investing $20, $30 into a retail product or a shampoo and a conditioner combo, I mean, I don't even understand it. It's mind-boggling sometimes how people are so, they're all for a product and they're for all, and equally they're anti-product all at the same time, which is really hilarious to me. One of the things I've noticed, especially this year in particular, this trend comes and goes all the time. I make fun of it relentlessly all the time. A lot of people are trying to use natural ingredients and natural products, and there's always going to be a place for that. There really is, and that's fine. I get it. What I don't get is when you're trying to use natural products, there are product lines and there are products within every product line that are geared towards that mentality. So why not seek out those specific products and get those specific brands or the products within each brand that has that specific mindset, instead of going to the freaking kitchen and raiding the pantry and putting vegetables and plants and fruits and flowers and grinding all this stuff. Man, if you're going to do that much work, just bake. Just make cookies or make dessert or do something and be happy. All right. Don't sit there and freaking grinding down all these freaking ingredients and throwing it on your head and letting it sit there, for an hour. And then like, oh yeah, see, I did natural. No, you didn't do crap. What people don't understand is the amount of ingredient that you need if you're going to grind down flowers and fruits and oh my God, and put eggs and beer and mayonnaise in your hair, okay, and the olive oil and all that other insanity. The amount that you need to use for it to properly absorb into your hair to start making a difference, you are literally spending 6 to 11 times the amount that it would cost just to buy a product that's specifically formulated for hair and is specifically concentrated for hair. And don't give me that crap. Oh yeah, I've tried the product. It didn't work. Yeah, no. Don't go to the freaking over the counter and go to your drugstore or go to your local beauty supply and just walk in and be like, oh yeah, I bought it, and it didn't do anything. Yeah, the concentration levels. Okay, well, I'm not spending $30, $40 on a product. Well, you don't realize you're spending hundreds of dollars by trying to do it yourself. Hundreds of dollars, not just 100, multiple hundreds of dollars. You don't even realize. On top of that, you stink. You stink really bad, okay? That stuff is not that I'm saying you need perfume, smelling products, but who the hell wants to smell like eggs? Like that just I don't get it. I make this argument every year. And I just don't get it. And I hate it when social media picks that up again and it becomes popular for the couple of months that it does. It's just ridiculous. So I can't wait for it to end because it's trending right now and it's just dumb. It's just such a stupid trend. As far as Keratherapy products and what Keratherapy can do, look, they have color protecting shampoo and conditioner. They even have a blowout spray that's specifically made for color protection. Okay. Now, every product in Keratherapy is a professional grade product, which means every single product that they have is going to be color safe. The reason why they have specifically color safe shampoo and conditioner is because that's the most universal. It works for every single hair type out there. So it doesn't matter what type of hair you have. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It doesn't matter how nervous you are. A color safe shampoo, color safe conditioner equally are safe for all hair types. They're not going to build up. They're not going to weigh it down. They're not going to do this. They're not going to do that. And They're not expensive, all things considered. They're somewhere in the $20 to $30 range, which is very reasonable, all things considered, for what it is and what it does. If you want color safe products and you need additional moisture in your hair, that's what their moisture collection is for. Conversely, that's what their volume collection is for. That's what their repair, their Carafix collection is for. Even the Violet shampoo and conditioner, like I was talking about earlier, it's still color safe and it helps to maintain the light blonde colors in the hair. Okay. Everything is color safe. It's just color safe plus something else: moisture, volume, restore, tonal control. The color safe, specific color safe shampoo and conditioner is just universal. That's all it is. It doesn't do any extra volume or moisture or restore or anything else. For the salon environment, that's why it's such the #1 selling back bar, because it works for every single person out there. You got a whole family and you're not buying individual products for every single person in the family? Fine. Then just get a liter of shampoo and conditioner that's color safe. Throw it in the shower. Let everybody use it. It's fine. Even the guys can use it. It doesn't matter. Hair is hair. This whole argument about, oh, I'm a dude, I just need a bar of soap. I mean, yeah, you could do that. You could totally do that and it would work. Is it optimal? Absolutely not. Are you dumbass for doing it? Absolutely you are. Okay. Take care of your scalp more than your hair. Take care of your scalp. That's what it's all about. And if you're a dude watching this, if you're a guy listening to this, you could say you don't care how you look, but to some level and some degree, every guy cares a little bit how they look. All right. And if you're in particularly concerned about losing your hair, yeah, then take care of your freaking scalp. At a minimum, shampoo your scalp. All right. Conditioner would do you wonders. If you don't want to condition your hair because, I don't know, that makes you feel whatever the hell it makes you feel, that's on you. Then don't do it, whatever. But at a minimum, use proper shampoo and massage your scalp. The lather, when you're rinsing that off, will go through your hair, through the rest of your hair, and it will naturally clean it. You don't have to sit there and scrub the hell out of your hair. All right. With that said, I know it's frustrating. I get frustrated. With that said, you shampoo for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. When you put conditioner in your hair, you got to leave it in for 3 to 5 minutes. Now, to a lot of people, 3 to 5 minutes may sound like a lot of time. Most women, you can find 5 minutes in there easily by washing your hair. The very first thing you do when you get in the shower, shampoo it, rinse it out, put the conditioner in, and then leave it in. Lather up the rest of your body, shave, I don't know, do your face treatment stuff that you do to yourself, whatever it is you do. By the time you do all of that, there goes 5 minutes real fast. All right. For the guys, yeah, no, I get it, man. 5 minutes becomes painful some days, especially when you're not in the mood, or if you're, I don't know, you're running late, or you just want to get in and out and you got something else on your mind. But it does wonders. I'm telling you, it does wonders. So that's the whole thing about retail products and about color safe, especially the color safe argument that's being made recently. And, I did mention about the restore and the moisture. So, I mean, we could talk about that a little bit as well, too. A lot of people don't want to do the keratin treatments that I was talking about earlier. Okay, fine. Don't do the keratin treatments. Not a problem. But then what you should be doing throughout the year is keeping a moisture level in your hair. Use the moisture shampoo and conditioner. It keeps your hydration levels up. And if it's keeping your hydration levels up internally in your hair, then you don't got to worry about in the winter time, in the fall and the winter, the air getting too dry and then there's static and your hair is uncontrollable in that way, and you're having to spray it down just to keep it on, just to keep it tame. And then in the spring and the winter, or the spring and the summertime, especially when it's overly humid, if you have a proper level of hydration in your hair, it's not going to be looking for it in the atmosphere. Then you're going to notice it's not going to grow. Then that's how you see all these people with the curly hair and the smooth hair and the straight hair. They're all walking around and they're just living life and enjoying themselves. They're having their best life. And they're not worrying about their hair blowing up like a balloon's. It's because they are properly moisturizing their hair throughout the year. In Carrot Therapy, you got the moisture shampoo conditioner. You've got the leave-in conditioning spray as well. And that thing does absolute wonders. You should be using it every single time you're going to style your hair, the leave-in conditioner. You should also use it every time you're going to be brushing through your hair, especially if you just worked out. After you're done working out, spray some leave-in conditioner and brush it through. Reason is you sweat when you're working out. You're getting yourself a good workout, right? And that's fine. So then all that sweat builds up, gets through your hair. It dries. That's all salt. Salt dehydrates and breaks down your hair shaft. It also messes up your skin. If you can't get to a shower and you can't exfoliate all of that off immediately, that's where a leave-in conditioning spray works really, really well. You brush that through, the bristles, pulls everything off, cleanses your scalp, and then you're good to go. You're totally fine. Not a problem. They also have the moisturizing mask. Now, the moisturizing mask is really nice because if you naturally have thicker, coarser, fuller hair, you should do it once a week. Leave it on for 10, 15, 20 minutes. And because you have thicker, coarser, fuller hair, you're not going to oversaturate your hair. You're not going to over moisturize your hair. If you have thinner, finer, softer hair, then do it once every 2 weeks. If your hair is damaged, you know who you are. If your hair is a frizz-fried mess, you know exactly who you are. Yeah, do it every week until it starts getting better. Then maintain it by doing it every 2 weeks. And if you're doing so well that you don't need to be doing it every 2 weeks anymore, then push it to 3, and that's fine too. Again, listen to your hair. Your body is telling you what it wants. It always will give you the answer. So that's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. So that's the moisture collection from Carrot Therapy. All right. Since we're on all that topic too, you got the Cara Fix. The Cara Fix is interesting because they have the 20-in-1 styling cream. It is a collection of the 20 best ingredients that you need to help restore, recondition, strengthen, protect, and fulfill all the things that your hair is asking for. And it's heat activated. So you're done washing your hair, you towel dry it, it's not dripping wet, you're about to go in and start blow dry and styling. You use the 20-in-1, you work that through your hands, you work it through your hair, you evenly distribute it, you comb it through to really make sure it's distributed nicely. You start blow drying that in. The heat is going to soften the product and soften your hair, and only on the cuticle layer, that outer layer, it's going to merge everything together. It's going to fill in all the gaps. It's going to seal everything nicely, and any excess product that's on there is going to get evaporated off from the heat. Your hair can only absorb as much as what it can absorb. Use a cup of water as an analogy. You can only fill it up so much, and then it starts overfilling. That's it. That's your hair in essence. You give it what it wants. You fill in the moisture levels. You get it nice and balanced. Anything extra is just going to evaporate off. It can only hold so much. The Restore shampoo and conditioner, the Cara Fix, same thing as shampoo and conditioner. I've been talking about shampoo and conditioner for a couple minutes now. It all works the same way. Leave it on for a couple of minutes. Let it do its job. Now, In the regular styling, they have phenomenal products in their regular stylings. So the product in particular, especially for the summertime, has been the Daily Smoothing Cream. We talk about it all the time. It's an award-winning product. Its name literally says what it does, okay? It gives you the benefit of a full-blown keratin smoothing treatment, but it's only lasts daily. It will never get too heavy or build up in your hair. So you can use it every day when you're touching up your style and when you're blowing out your hair. And it's really, really amazing. Fun tip, pro tip. When you have clients, or if you are the person listening and you have curly hair, use Daily Smoothing Cream in your in your curly hair regimen, styling regimen. For example, if you know you're going to diffuse your hair, work through some Daily Smoothing Cream first, and then follow up and go in with whatever styling product you're going to use for your curls, for your diffuser work. What's going to end up happening is the Daily Smoothing Cream is going to go into the hair. It's going to fill it in. It's going to balance it out. It's going to give it everything that the hair needs, the equivalent of a keratin smoothing treatment. And it's not going to weigh anything down. It's actually going to enhance your curl. So when you go in and put your styling product in there and then you go to diffuse it afterwards, your curls are actually going to look way better. They're not going to be as fuzzy. They're actually going to be defined. Every person with curly hair wants definition. Now, with that said, if you have straight hair, a lot of people with straight hair, they don't want the fuzzy straight hair. They want the smooth, sleek straight hair. You can still get volume. Just smooth means not frizzing, not blowing up, not looking all ratchety and crazy. That's what smooth is, all right? Sleek is nice and straight. Smooth, you could still have volume with smooth hair. It's not an oxymoron. You can do it. It just depends how you want to do it. So that's how that works. The Define, Shine, and Style Cream is another product that they have. And that one is really awesome because it's got a soft hold to it. And it will really control the way that you're blow drying your hair and styling your hair. So if you like the little beachy waves, if you like the soft movement, if you want, fullness, if you want that definition, I mean, again, the name implies everything that it does. So it's very, very straightforward. The big winner I got to talk about, if you do want volume and big hair, is the styling mousse. That styling foam, that mousse is freaking awesome. Okay. It's wet enough that it'll give you the hold, but it's not so wet that it becomes so sticky in the hair. You could still have that touchable, luxurious looking effect. And it's freaking awesome. I really like the foam mousse a lot. It's a personal fan favorite of mine. And then you've got the argan oil. You've got the Rapid Rescue. Those two is just going to heavily moisturize your hair and help restore and repair your hair. So if you need that, if you know you need that, then you've got options. There's so many different approaches that you can take. If you don't want to do it in the shower, you can easily do it when you're working your products through your hair. So that's an overview of their product line. Some of the things I seen in education was, especially this particular summer, stylists feel really defeated in trying to sell retail to clients. And I get it. The saturation in the market is so out of control and everybody wants convenience. Okay. Now, if you're a client listening to this, you got to understand the stylist point of view, and then the stylist, you got to understand the client's point of view. If everything is for convenience, then if you don't stock the product that you're recommending on hand, then you better have a way of getting that product to your client very quickly. And if you're the client and your stylist is telling you about a product, and you're sitting on your phone right in front of your stylist and looking it up and then ordering it online, you got to understand, man, that's an insult. That's very, very rude. Don't give me this crap about, oh, I found it cheaper online. Have a conversation first. Maybe the stylist will match the price for you. I match prices all the time. And the way I match prices is very aggressive, because half the time I'm recommending a product to my client and they go look it up, they don't even realize that they're on the wrong website. They're not, or not the wrong website. They're on the wrong product page. They're not even looking at the right product I'm recommending them. I don't insult them. I don't get into a fight with them about it. I just simply, all right, fine. What? It's going to cost me an extra $1 or $2 to discount it down. That's going to make the world of difference for you, so to have good hair. Let's go. Let's do it. All right. But it's going to come with a limitation. The limitation is, I'm doing this for you. You better keep up your end of the bargain, and you better be maintaining your hair properly. You just did a $100 or a couple $100 service between a color and a haircut. That extra $20, $30 is going to make or break everything. That's dumb as hell. That whole pricing debate is such a ridiculous debate. All right. You know, this whole thing with the coupons, I don't know, man. Then just take the coupon. Mark it down 10%, mark it down 20%. I mean, freaking the tax nowadays is 10, 20% in some places, you know, local retail taxes and everything else in between. It's so out of control. That coupon is going to make or break the difference. Just take the coupon. Trying, you know, another thing that was argued a lot was trying to justify why professional products are so much better. I've given up on trying to justify that. I don't need to justify anything. It's in its freaking name. It's a professional product. All right. This past Saturday, I was talking to my client. No, I was talking to another stylist's client, and then my client was listening. And she was going, oh, yeah, I don't like paying, you know, retail. I don't like paying the salon retail price. I said, that's fine. I go, what are you doing? She goes, oh, every time I go grocery, I just go into the aisle and I just grab something. So that's fine. You do it. How much of it do you use? She goes, oh, you know, as much as it takes. I'm like, all right, well, I said, if you really do the math, for as often as you need to buy that product, for as much of it as you need to use, it comes out to be the same thing. Sometimes you're actually spending more and you don't even realize, because professional grade products are more concentrated. But you like spending money, you like buying something constantly, you don't like something lasting a long time. That's okay. Just keep doing that and just keep buying that. It explains why your hair looks the way it does. Now, my client sitting in my chair, she slapped me because she's like, oh, don't be rude. That wasn't nice, the way to say that. The other stylist client is looking at me going, what the hell is that supposed to mean? I go, well, you're lucky that your stylist is so good, because, man, you really give her a workout every time you come in to get your hair done. It's holy hell trying to get your hair to make it look like a something, because you just outright ignore your hair. You know, if there was a protection services agency for hair, I would call them on you. Like that's how much you ignore your hair, and that's how much you mistreat your hair. And again, my client, she's been with me for a while, so she knows I'm going hard on this particular person. So she's just constantly hitting me. And then she's trying to talk to the client, and she's trying to tell her, don't listen to him. He's got a point, but he's just, you know, was raised by wolves. He's just being rude. He's just being very mean. I'm like, well, being mean, yes, I am. Being rude? No, absolutely not. I never try to be rude. There is a fine line, and I try desperately never to cross that line. I don't have a problem being mean to somebody, but being rude, that's disrespectful. And everything I try to be is respect. So now all three of us are sitting there going back and forth with each other. Everybody's making fun of me. All eyes on me. All right, fine. Everybody else feels happy about life. That's great. So after going back and forth, she finally started to realize, because she saw me blow drying, she was getting her hair color done. So she's going to be there for a minute. And I was already towards the end of finishing up my client. So I put a fingertip amount of product on my hand and I'm working it through. And I'm starting to run it through my client's hair. And Madam is sitting there and she's going, "You didn't put anything in her hair." I said, "Oh, I put a lot in her hair." She goes, "Oh, are you kidding me? That does nothing. You need to use way more than that." I said, again, another shining example in real time why professional grade products are so much more concentrated in comparison to over-the-counter stuff. At the end of the day, yeah, she ended up buying product. Do I get anything for that? No. Does the stylist get any commission for that? No, that's not how we operate things at the salon. And that's okay. That's a decision that we made. That retail sales goes towards our continuing education. And that's fine. Totally, totally fine. As it goes, the client is going to benefit the most out of all of that. Okay? It just comes down to having to educate your client. You have to educate your client. And it's not making the same tired arguments. It's specifically trying to figure out what it is they're trying to accomplish. If they're willing to buy product, what products are they buying and why? If you're trying to get them to buy something else, why? Okay? It's not about what's popular. It's not about what social media says. You are fine-tuning something to your client's individual needs. That's the direction you need to take with it. And again, as far as having product availability, at the salon by us, yeah, we have retail shelves. So we purposefully did that, and we allocated a space in the salon to stock inventory. So we always have it at the ready, so we can always recommend it to clients. It's a decision that we made. Some salons, maybe you don't have the luxury of that much space and you can't stock that much inventory. That's okay. You need to then have a good relationship with your distributor and make sure that you can get the products that you're looking for. Now, which products do you want? Well, for example, I'm talking about Keratherapy today. So at HTB Beauty, we do distribute Keratherapy product. We can get it to you within the next day or sooner. We have a lot of stylists who either send somebody in to pick it up on the same day, or they come in themselves and pick up product the same day that they want it. All of the above is an option. We have a lot of versatility in the way that we can get product over to you. So if you're choosing a couple of brands and you don't sit there and have a collection of 7 different brands, if you just stick with 1 or 2 brands and you know those 1 or 2 brands very well, it's not the flavor of the day or the week or the month because it's trending. The client is not blind. They're going to see that you're continually talking about something consistently. You obviously believe in something. All right. That's the way I would do it. That's the way I would handle if you don't have the space to stock inventory. Make sure that you have it readily available and access to it, and you can get it in a timely fashion. Work with your client. Your client will buy because they're always going to buy something. And if they ain't buying it from you, they're buying it from somebody else. So make a conscious decision on how you want to position yourself. Do you want somebody else making money off of your back and all the recommendations that you're giving? Or do you want to get paid for the time and effort that you're spending on recommending the proper products to maintain the services that you're doing to your client? And don't tell me you don't get nothing out of retail, therefore you don't like to retail. And don't tell me you're not a salesperson, therefore you don't like to retail. What you are is a stylist, and you are performing a service, and you want that service to last. You don't want that color to prematurely wash out. You don't want that keratin smoothing treatment to prematurely wash out. You don't want those hair extensions to start prematurely getting broken down and blowing up. All right. We didn't talk about hair extensions. You don't want the services that you're painstakingly spending the time and effort to do to not last. So yeah, it's not about being a salesperson. Shut up with that attitude and that mentality. It's about maintaining the beautiful work that you just did. That's what that's about. Covering hair extensions. Keratherapy's retail products have Carabon technology built into them. That Carabon technology is a protein molecule that is built to fill in the gaps in the hair shaft that naturally exist. And in hair extensions, there's always going to be gaps in that hair because it's still, well, if you're using human hair, if you're using natural human hair, then yeah, it's going to break down over time during the lifetime that you're wearing it. Okay. And especially right now, when I see a lot of clients and social media trends saying that if you don't use heat, that's the best way to maintain hair extensions. Letting your hair extensions air dry is the best way to maintain hair extensions. It's the most stupid argument I've ever heard. It's the most dangerous way to maintain your hair extensions. 9 times out of 10, every time there is a problem with hair extensions, it usually comes back to the hair is not being styled and maintained properly, and or the hair is being left to air dry too often. Okay. The Carabon technology and Keratherapy retail products especially is going to help strengthen, support, and protect that hair. And it's going to fill in all of those gaps that exist in the cuticle. And when you're filling in all those gaps, then that just means it's going to make the hair smoother, which is going to make it stronger, healthier, shinier, and better overall. So yeah, it works really, really well with natural hair. And especially if you have hair extensions, it's going to work very, very well. And as far as how to use those products or how much time to spend using those products, you know your hair. Use it for as long as you need to, and give yourself the time. This is a big problem nowadays. A lot of people are not spending time on themselves because everything is go, go, go. I get it. I know. I am a very busy person myself. I take on way more work than I have time in a day to do. So I understand. I am always working on something. You are going to burn yourself out. You are going to make yourself absolutely mental. You need to spend a couple of minutes to make yourself look presentable to yourself, if not to anybody else. All right. And it just feels good to just take 5 minutes alone and just work on yourself. It just feels really, really good. It's a little weird sometimes at first, but I mean, it's mind-blowing to me how everybody has all these motivational things on their pages and on their phones, and everybody's talking about work-life balance and quality of life and everything else. And then in the next breath, they're saying, oh, I'm not going to spend 15 minutes doing my hair, 20 minutes doing my hair. I ain't nobody got time for that. Pick one. Which one is it? You need to pick one. So that's my ideas and my thoughts for today. Keratherapy as a brand overall has a lot of different solutions out there. They got a lot of different products that do a lot of different things. And I spotlight and talk about a little bit of all of them for that matter. Okay. So it was a little bit of a recap of the summer of what I've seen, a little bit of an overview of the product brand. And that's what I got for you. I appreciate everybody for watching. Let me know what your favorite Keratherapy product is and which one you like to use the most. And yeah, check us out next week. We'll be back, same time, same channel. All you stylists out there, have fun and go out there and make a difference, one client at a time. Thanks for watching.
The SFTB podcast was not recorded in front of a live studio audience, so thanks for joining us for today's episode. If our hair topics made you smile, give us a thumbs up. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll read them while waiting for our caller to process. Share this video with your stylists and friends. It helps us make a difference, one strand at a time. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Because your hair deserves all the latest and greatest tips.